Hey, welcome back to DC Studios podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa, along with the fraternity of hosts, Andy, Phil,
Fraternity.
Mike. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, man. Ooh, yeah, I don't know what fraternity is.
Hey, hey, now.
Are you Greek, Mike?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah,
Phi Beta Sigma. Yes.
He is in a fraternity. Yes.
I am a fraternity. I'm in a black fraternity. Yes.
Okay.
And all raging animals. Some of us are.
How's everyone doing? Mike, how are you doing?
Doing good. I had no clue. I got a message from Andy yesterday, like, yo, coming for DC. And all of a sudden I got work and I see this article from Screen Rant. Make sure you check it out. Going through this, I was like, okay.
I didn't say anything. I said, hey, tomorrow will be an interesting day. I did not say anything.
But I'm seeing all of it. I'm just like, it's Monday, but it feels like a Friday. Yeah. This is good.
How are you doing, Keenan?
Oh, I'm great. We're doing some civic engagement, teaching the youth about voting and stuff, and now I get to talk about nerd stuff.
Yay! How are you doing, Phil? Sorry you were stuck in traffic.
I'm sweating. I am tired. I just got out of the gym. I just finished feeding my cats and cleaning the box. I'm great. Vanessa. How are you, Andy? Keenan, Mike, you guys seem great. You guys seem like you're having a better day than me.
This is just autistic masking. This is just autistic masking. Like, I'm actually really, really tired because I've been like working these last 2 days, prepping for what we're about to talk about. So,
what are we going to talk about? I'm curious.
I
have no idea.
We're gonna talk about how we love to lie about seeing Superman when we haven't seen it yet.
That was hilarious, Phil. Nope. That was absolutely hilarious on this.
What?
I didn't even see it. He was drinking something.
What are you guys talking about?
It's an inside joke, but that was hilarious.
Yeah. But we have a lot of stuff to get through, and I've been spending the afternoon putting together a special Google Doc, and of course, like this. We're not gonna read through all of it. It's just like this is just cliff notes for us if we want to discuss it. So let's get to the Man of Steel himself, Superman. And they're currently cutting the new trailer for Superman. So we're gonna have I'm almost certain. I think when Vanessa and Mike go to CinemaCon, I think they're gonna be the ones to first see it.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry with you. I was crying during the Superman documentary trailer.
Nephew, I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited.
I got in for a logo last year. A logo appeared, and I was like, "Yo!"
I forgot about that. Last year we got
remember that? You remember that?
Was that all? Was that all that they showed?
That's all they showed at Lily. They showed a trailer for Nosferatu, and I'm like, and all of a sudden you see the Superman logo, like the shining light that it is. And I was like. I told you they're gonna show something, right? And then it's just like you have Peter Safran step up, like, "Hey guys, we're making a movie. We'll see you next year."
But yeah. So again, there was talked about Superman. Okay, so basically, just for people who are catching up, last Friday there was a DC press event in Burbank that was absolutely supposed to be embargoed, but of course everyone online found out somehow. And today the embargo lifted, and now we have some details about what they discussed, a lot of updates on things that they've already announced, and then maybe a few more glimpses and teasers. Gonna move over to Supergirl. So I will go through the movies first, and then everyone can kind of give their thoughts on everything. So with Supergirl, they are midway through production, and they had already looked at Millie Alcock for Supergirl, like before they even got the co-CEO gig.
She's in Superman. I mean, what?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean?
I sneezed. What are you talking about?
Well, Gesundheit. And they are halfway through production. For people who are waiting for a reveal of Lobo, you are gonna have to wait. It's gonna be quite a while because they're not filming on location yet. Now I know Lip is gonna be very happy about this because if there's something he and I love to do the most, it's take down scoopers. So there's been so much back and forth. Robert Pattinson is going to be the DCU Batman.
Yeah. They have now. Yeah, I was happy. The wording of this was just so. Oh, that's not the plan. I was like, yes, that's right. It's not the plan.
That's fraternity energy right there. I love it.
Yeah.
He said that they are going to cast a new actor for the DCU, and that they're excited. They're still excited for Matt Reeves, the Batman universe. Matt Reeves has not turned in a full script yet, but from what they have read so far, with his likely story treatments, they feel it's very incredibly encouraging. And then with The Brave and the Bold, we are developing the Brave and the Bold script right now, and Andy Muschietti, will be the first one to see it, Peter Safran said, referring to Muschietti while also strongly implying that the filmmaker is not involved in the project's development. So again, they have a writer, they're not revealing who it is. Pray to God it's not Christina Hudson, and we will see what Andy thinks about it when it's finished. No disrespect, Christina, but like no. Then, so finally, they talked about Teen Titans, but basically it was Peter Safran. He actually let it slip that a Teen Titans movie was true after a reporter asked about the status of the screenplay, and the script is not ready yet. I think that we saw Ana Nogueira is writing it, but then Gunn quickly said we haven't said that, and then they kind of went back and forth about, well, I think we thought we had said it. Like, no, it's out there. So, but again, just because there's a script in the works that is now currently being fiddled with, according to Gunn, that doesn't mean it's greenlit. A script is just a script. Like it's like you write a script, they might say, you know what, this doesn't work for us, and then they scrap it. Then this is one of the projects I'm very excited about, Clayface. Rated R, first of all, it's going to be a body horror movie. They are in final negotiations with James Watkins to direct, and once the deal is locked, they're going to start casting it as soon as possible, and they're aiming for a summer shoot, and they're aiming for September 11th next year. That date is weird. I'm like, you should have made it.
It's gonna move. It'll move.
Yeah, put it in October. Just put it in October. Because they took Batman 2 off of that 2026 October release. They just put it there.
Halloween. It'll
likely move closer to Halloween or to October.
It's perfect Halloween film.
And then 3 other films. The Authority right now has been moved to the back burner. It's a very, very big movie. If you go to The Authority properly, and some story elements perhaps that in Superman and some of the other films that we fast track step up a little bit on The Authority, but they've had a harder time getting the script to come together, especially in a world where we've had The Boys and kind of what they've already delivered, because there are a lot of similarities. And so again, it hasn't been canceled. It's just right on like, not right now. And hey, let's take down another scooper, Lep. Sergeant Rock. So they have discussed that. It is something they're discussing. Mr. Bond was never involved. He was never in. Daniel and Luca have a really close relationship. They were out promoting Queer together, and they spoke about it, but they never met. Craig never met with DC Studios, so he was never in. But we just never comment on cast rumors, so we just left it alone, according to Peter Safran. And then finally, Swamp Thing. The writer-director James Mangold, he went off to make another little movie, A Complete Unknown. We hope that he'll come back to Swamp Thing when he's ready, because again, that was one of those ones. We love him as a filmmaker, so we're happy to wait for him. Swamp Thing is not integral to the larger story that we're telling. Again, still DCU, but it's just like you can put Swamp Thing anywhere you want in the schedule, in the release schedule. So
like Clayface.
So exactly. If the script is strong, because that was something that we were discussing a lot at this event about the strength of a script, and that's what's going to determine if something goes forward. You know, they're not going to do what Walter Hamada did of like, let's start shooting everything and then start doing rewrites and reshoots in the middle of everything. And unless the script is perfect, it's not going to happen.
Also, doesn't sound like they're going to pull a Marvel Studios and be like, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that. No. Like, and even then, I think that era of Marvel is long gone anyway. Like, I kind of wonder if Brave New World might be the last casualty of that process, but we'll see.
Yeah. I am.
Let's go on the table, Vanessa. What are your thoughts on some of these film updates?
I'm a little sad about Authority. That's probably the thing that makes me the saddest, even though it's not even that bad of news. I get it. The Authority, along with Swamp Thing and a couple other, like they do exist more outside of the DC universe in all of their iterations. So I get it, but they're kind of just like whatever. But I'm just sad. I really, really want to see the Authority. Like, even if it's a TV show, it doesn't have to be a movie. Like, I was really looking forward to that. So I'm hoping it's not completely killed. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Clayface being a horror movie makes sense. Like, no shit. Like, I would be bothered if it wasn't, because like if anyone has read One Bad Day,
I actually have.
Clayface One Bad Day is one of the most beautifully written, beautifully drawn one shots I think I've ever read. It is so good. It is amazing. I really think that people should check that out because I really hope that's the vibe they're going for, because it's gorgeous. And I think Clayface has been an unexpected star lately of the DC universe. Like, he's just been kind of like, he's fun to like be around, or like his versions. Like, we had Eve Carlo, a version of Clayface in Penguin. We have Clayface and Harley Quinn. So I'm interested to see what they're doing with this version of him. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Teen Titans, I'm not going to comment on because I don't have any thoughts yet. But yeah, who else has thoughts? Mike?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had any bad thoughts for Teen Titans or not. I don't know. Like, you just
I don't have any thoughts. It just feels they're writing. I mean, the script. I mean, I'm glad they're writing a script, but it seems like I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
to have thoughts on a script like that because you comparatively look at what look at what Anna Nogueira's worked on. You have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's a very concrete thing. You can read that book. You can get an idea of what that movie's going to look like. Yeah. Teen Titans has like 50, 60 years worth of history. Yeah. Bingo. You know, starting from what Marv Wolfman and George Perez did all those years ago. And that's even just the 1980s, not the original incarnation way back in the 60s with, you know, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Robin, like it was either Speedy. Yeah. And it's such a up in the air thing. You have no idea who could pop up because there has been so many roster changes over the years. I mean, obviously the primo team I think they probably might end up using would be Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg. That's my guess.
The team most people know the best. Yep. I think that's the most universal team, and it makes the most sense. But I need a Teen Titans movie with a Donna Troy. Like, I just
that where I was kind of excited to see like how they're going to dive into the lore of legacy within the DC universe, because just with Creature Commandos is like there's just a history that's already been here before we get to Superman and everything. So I'm wondering see how they establish that before you do Justice League. It just kind of like how in terms of team base, how that reacts to in terms of the overall universe. And to me, in my mind, it's just, are you doing Brave and the Bold? Is Damian a part of it? If not, if it's just, and I heard some people speculate saying it's going to be the roster from the animated show, which I'm like, yeah, okay, nostalgia, I get it. But in canon, I'm like, I like Titans to be used in terms of narratively to push these characters into a way that makes sense. But yeah, when I heard the announcement, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. Because Titan show, I wasn't underwhelmed and I wasn't overwhelmed. In certain parts, I was like, yes, but I was just whelmed.
You were just whelmed.
Right,
No,
yeah, see,
fair. Titans was always 50-50. Like, I had a love-hate relationship.
So that's why I'm like
2080 for me, but go on.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Man, that show. Anyway, I think.
What are your takes, Lip, on that?
Will Robin be in it? I think Dick Grayson will be in it, but I don't think he's going to be Robin. I think he's going to be Nightwing. I think that's a safe bet because we know Damian is going to be Robin in Brave and the Bold. Mm-hmm. Now, will he join the Teen Titans? I think if you want an idea of what that could look like, you're probably going to have to look at the New 52 animated stuff that he started with Justice League War and then ended with Apocalypse War. And there's a couple films in there. You can maybe do Justice League versus Teen Titans, but really you want to do like Teen Titans, Judas Contract, Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and I think the next one after that, I guess Justice League versus Teen Titans, because that's kind of integral to that story, I suppose. But yeah, those would be the if you want to see what a potential Damian Wayne Robin could look like in the Teen Titans, those would be the things I would probably point to. As far as that film itself, like I'm kind of with Vanessa. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll end with Mike. Like, if it happens, it happens. When it happens. Cool beans. But obviously Anna Nogueira has a really great relationship with James Gunn and Peter Safran, enough so she got Supergirl off the ground. So let's see what she can do with the Teen Titans. As far as everything else, Superman trailer being cut for CinemaCon, that feels like a guarantee. Batman. I'm a Batman fan. Like, look around. I've got a bunch of Batman shit everywhere.
It is
Yeah.
arm.
You know, I've got a Batman tattoo. The thing that made me smile the most was reading the words, "That is not the plan," in regards to Robert Pattinson not being the Batman in the DCU, because I've seen so many people, scoopers and whatnot, just try and hone in on this. Oh, it's just harmless speculation. Please just let me look at my crappy fan art of Robert Pattinson next to David Cornsweet. I'm like, it's not going to fucking happen. And they're, what do you mean it's not going to happen? It's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. Well, how do you know? Because they're two different worlds. Well, how do you know? Because I've been paying attention to this shit for like 15 years. That's how I know. So it's like, you know, stay mad in your feels, whatever. But like, it was so refreshing to see him be like, nope, we're going to do our own Batman. Good. Do your own Batman. Yeah. Andy Muschietti deserves it. You deserve it. And Matt Reeves deserves his own world with Robert Pattinson. It's that simple. Swamp Thing not being superbly integral to the overarching story, it's not shocking at all. It's exactly like I said with Clayface. Like it is a thing you can slot in whenever you want. James Mangold is a busy man. He is working on a Star Wars movie that takes place eons before Phantom Menace. I don't doubt one bit that's probably what he's going to do before he gets around to doing Swamp Thing. So as far as the Authority goes, I'm like, okay.
If it happens, it happens. It happens.
Right. And then Supergirl being halfway through production, I'm like, wow, that's got to be a short shoot then, because it started filming last month, and they're halfway through production.
Yeah, I get, yeah, because I guess they're just, you know, most of the work will be post production with the VFX and stuff. So
let me put it to you this way: if that production wraps before CinemaCon, there's a chance you two could see something from it there. There's a chance.
I would be shocked, but I'd be love shocked. That. Great. But when thinking of CinemaCon last year and like the minor things that they showed, and like I wouldn't be surprised if they had something to show for his
shows pictures.
Because now we're free from the strikes, we're free from, you know, the pandemic is still fit, but like, you know, everything is like kind of like back to normal now with filming and everything. So I wouldn't be like, I could see the, you know, I think CinemaCon could be where you guys get the first look at her in the costume, like maybe not footage, but like you get like, you know, a finished picture, or something like that.
Like Wonder Woman at San Diego Comic-Con 2015.
Exactly, something like that. Keenan, what are your feels about these movies?
Oh my god. Okay, so the Authority stings. Like, I was really excited about that story. So like, we're gonna keep the positive vibes going. We're gonna get it. We want it. We're gonna get it. The Clayface stuff. I love a horror movie. This seems perfect for it. Give me an October release. Let me just tremble in my seat. Supergirl. I want you both to get to experience some Supergirl at CinemaCon, and then like call me immediately afterwards so I can hear all about it, because you know I'm so excited for that movie. And keep our Batman separate. I love exploring this like early Batman. So you can give the people the Bat God they want, but make him like Bat Dad, and then let us have little Robert Pattinson over here going through the motions of becoming Batman.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, we should have like I like the idea of having a later Batman that's already established, and then we have Robertson Pattinson's grungy, just
noir.
Disheveled. I love it. I like thinking it's good.
Like disheveled. That's a good word for it. Yeah.
He's so disheveled.
I might keep them separate. I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm excited for, you know, whatever they're gonna show in that new trailer whenever it comes out. And for Superman, I'm glad Supergirl is floating up. It seems like Supergirl is the one that is just taking off. Like it's just rolling on really, really well. So I'm really happy for them, because that's something like, I mean, all of us we follow like how DCEU movies have these chaotic productions, and it's like, I'm just glad to not hear like, oh, suddenly rewrites or, you know, last minute reshoots and stuff like that. Again, reshoots is going to happen for any movie, but it's not going to be on the scale of, you know, Justice League. So, you know, like, again, it's again, true. I'm trying to forget that movie.
Which one did you say?
Aquaman 2. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
I watched that movie entirely on mute. because I was on the I just put the captions on. I'm like, I don't need to hear it. It was bad. So sorry.
Even on mute, it's bad.
It's like you look at the way they did all of their sequels for their standalone heroes. Wonder Woman 84.
Oh my god.
Massive missed opportunity there. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, regurgitation of the first movie. Literally, it's the first movie all over again with more magical
You're
bullshit.
so right. Every sequel was so fucking terrible. Oh my god.
And then Aquaman is like, they just completely castrated James Wan in the editing room. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? He gave you $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yep.
I digress.
And with the Batman stuff, like, yeah, I'm glad that, like, again, you know, I mean, there's always be people having their conspiracy theories out there, but obviously, like, we're getting, you know, I mean, the thing is, we're gonna have to have two unique versions of Batman at the same time, which is awesome. You know, like, I think it's great, and you know, I can't wait to see who, you know, I kind of would have loved if they had said who is writing it. At this point, I'm wondering if could it be James Gunn, who's like, because he confirmed he's running one additional project right now, but he has not revealed which one it is. And you know, he's not, you know, he also said he's going to be busier, like, you know, again, because he is, you know, the co-CEO. He's not going to direct and film everything. So I wonder if that is the thing that he's working on. With the Batman 2, yeah, I mean, at least I'm not sure that there's no script turned in. But I'm happy that everyone seems to know what the story is, like who are involved with the film. Like Robin Pattinson has said it, James and Peter have now said it. I think Andy Serkis has said in the Circus. I think Colin Farrell. That's Tommy Merlin from Arrow. Colin Farrell, I think he said also, like, he also knows what the story is. So again, like they you know, at least they're aware. So, you know, when we get casting, we'll get casting. Authority, I just want my fucking homo superheroes at this point. I just want my fucking gay superheroes on screen. So if I have to wait a little bit longer, I will wait. There was a lot of speculation that one live action project is seemingly moving into animation, and a lot of people think it could be the Authority. Listen, we're
not based on this press conference.
No, exactly. They said at this press conference that there's one part they're considering. Fans are assuming it's the Authority, but there's no confirmation. If they do it in animation, because they're going to do theatrical animated movies, which,
true.
Like, yeah. Listen, I did not get to see Batman Mask of the Phantasm in theaters when I was a kid, so I'm like, listen, if they will do this now with this era of DC, sign me up. And what else? What other movies were there? Clayface. Oh, listen, after I reading One Bad Day Clayface, I'm like, this is like born, like, Sony, this is how you fucking do it. This is how you fucking do it. No Weird Ass Craven movie, or, you know, Madam Web or whatever the fuck. Like this, I'm like, this could work so well as a film. And, you know, you do it for
it's one thing Andy's gonna do. One thing Andy's gonna do. Bring up Madam Web somehow. Every time. Madam Web.
I agree. Teen Titans. Listen, you know, I mean, like, me and Lib, we were talking about it since we started, when we first started Creature Commandos podcast, is that until we hear anything, we shouldn't assume that anything is green. Again, these trades, they hear things that are not necessarily from James Gunn, Peter Safran, director. They're hearing it from studio people that are running their mouths and likely should be fired. But, you know, I'm just putting it out there. They're hearing it from them, and that's what they're reporting at. So yes, Anna is writing a Teen Titans script. Great. Does not mean it's been greenlit. But again, if Supergirl Woman Tomorrow is well received, I'm pretty sure that's gonna probably, like, get them further to be like, yeah, let's do it. I hate Damian Wayne, but if I have to look at him in a Teen Titans movie, like, fine, I'll deal with it. I kind of would love it if they did it as a period piece, like we focus on the original Teen Titans and then we kind of flash forward to the present time and we meet. Like, come on. Well, I like both of us.
No. I mean, come on, like, give it to me. You know, like, it's like, it just, listen, I love the flashbacks of. I wish I was hoping that would have been with Titans, but it was like it didn't give the same feel. They tried to do that with the whole, like, the Deathstroke arc and stuff, but yeah, because there's another announcement with an animated show, I believe that.
No, we're gonna get to it. So yeah. So let's get to television. So Lanterns they're filming. Everything is going well, and what we're gonna see with Lanterns is Tom King's version of Green Lantern. This is not specifically based on any specific comic book run or anything. I haven't read. Everyone brought Green. I have a lantern right there. That's all I have. So they've been watching dailies from it, and it's going to be connected to Superman because clowny Guy Gardner may or may not have something to do with the show. So, but yeah, there's going to be some connectivity, and they are very excited with this cast that they have. Then Lip's favorite show, Peacemaker season 2, they are in post production and targeting its August 2025 release date. They don't know yet when people will get to see the dancing montage. Yes, there will be music, there will be dancing.
It'll be muted and skipped every single time.
there you go.
Ouch.
Waller. So Waller has faced some setbacks, not canceled, but just a little bit of setbacks. Paradise Lost, the pilot is being written, but no writer was attached. It was announced.
That is hilarious.
Someone's just, who's writing it then? AI? Like, who the fuck is writing it?
Oh,
who knows?
well, you could make the case of like, what is it? Process of elimination, because look at the brain trust. You have Drew Goddard, Christina Hodson, Jeremy Slater, Tom King, and there's one or two other people whose names I'm forgetting.
Jeremy Carver and Crystal.
Thank you. Thank you.
From Watchmen, Crystal Henry, I think is her name.
Yes. So we know Jeremy Carver's on Waller. We know that Tom King is on Lanterns. What is Christina Hodson writing? I would prefer her to be on something like Paradise Lost, personally. I am going to put my hat in the ring for Drew Goddard's writing Brave and the Bold.
Oh, I would fucking love that.
It's either him or Jeremy Slater. One of them. I would venture to guess one of them. Because we've seen what Christina Hodson can do in Gotham. I think she needs a break from Gotham City.
I think she needs a retirement from Gotham City, but okay.
Well, you're not wrong. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of process of elimination. Again, with Tom King is on Lanterns, Jeremy Carver's on Waller, and James Gunn obviously is on Peacemaker season 2. I'm only there for Daddy Rick Flag Sr. And so yeah, that dude can get it. That man can do no wrong. Creature Commandos was the sauce. One hundo. I can't wait to watch. I'm literally only watching that show so I can watch Rick Flag Sr. beat the absolute dog shit out of Peacemaker. That's literally the only reason I'm going to watch that show.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be great.
Also, I just want to add before we get going, Boost to Gold. They were waiting for a showrunner to make time for it, but quote unquote, maybe he felt out of love, maybe he got busy, but we had to pivot. But not cancel. It's still it's just a little bit on the back burner right now. So, Vanessa, what are you thinking about some of these TV show updates?
I am, out of all of these, I'm the most excited for Paradise Lost. I'm excited for any Amazon Wonder Woman related project, regardless. It could be about someone making the first Wonder Woman shield, an entire documentary about that. I do not give a shit. I'm so desperate for Wonder Woman content. Anything. So I'm very excited about this. I hope it happens. I hope nothing has changed. I hope they get a writer soon. I hope we get like some movement on it this year. Yeah, Lanterns. I have a love-hate relationship with the Green Lanterns. As someone who is not a big fan of cops in general, they are space cops. However, there are a couple of Lanterns that I'm really, really huge fans of. So I'm not a huge fan of Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner, and they seem to be going to be the more present ones. I'm excited for Jon Stewart. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Lanterns, but I will watch it because I'm gonna watch it. This is one of those shows that I'm excited to watch. I don't know if I'm excited about it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm excited that we're just getting more DCU content. So that's really why I'm pumped about it. But I don't know. It makes sense that Guy would show up on it. Like Nathan Fillion's Guy would be in it, and why would you cast a Green Lantern and not have him show up in the Lantern show? But I hope he doesn't because he's such a breakout star in the movie that they're like, we gotta write him a bigger role in this movie. I hope that doesn't happen because they often do that when that shit happens. And I don't need to see more of Guy Gardner in anything. I'm I'm a Guy Gardner hater. I'm sorry.
You're in good company. Don't worry. You're in good company.
This is a safe
I know. I'm not alone.
Okay, so safe
I'm
space.
I'm sorry, but I'm excited about Peacemaker. I love Peacemaker. I can't wait to see this dumbass show again. I thought we weren't going to get it back. I genuinely was surprised that we actually got a season 2. Yeah, Booster Gold. I can give or take. I don't care. Waller. If they don't have Viola Davis, I don't see this thing going. I mean, unless they come after, they don't. Okay, I don't really know what's gonna happen with Waller. I don't really care about. I don't think we need a Waller show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just be the first person to say it. I don't want a Waller show. I'm sorry.
I think that's the reason why they're having such trouble with it, because they're trying to figure out what to do with Amanda Waller.
Because Vanessa, you said it on Black History Month. I cannot believe you.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to, and I'm allowed to because I'm what, a Black woman.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
But no, I don't know. I'm just not excited about. I think 5 years ago I would have been more excited about it. Right now I don't know what her. I just don't know what we would do with her. That's my thing. I don't think that she's an unnecessary character. I would love to see her in the universe, but I don't know if we need an entire show about Amanda Waller. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's just my opinion.
What? How are you feeling about the state of DCU TV?
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, besides process of elimination of who could be writing who outside of we know who's writing what, I'm really looking forward to Lanterns. I don't really give a flying rat's ass if Guy Gardner shows up or not, because I just don't care about that character. The only relevance he has is getting knocked out by Batman.
Yeah.
Like the doofy haircut, it's all perfect. They got an asshole to play an asshole. It's not, nothing new. It's fine. I've made my feelings on Peacemaker pretty clear. I don't think I need to repeat that. Booster Gold, it's interesting to know that at one point they might have had something and then it just kind of fell apart. Not really fell apart, but like it just fell. Like the ball kind of dropped and they were like, okay, well, we're just going to put this next to the Authority and just kind of turn the heat down a little bit and let it simmer and we'll figure it out when we get there. And it's like, okay, fine, sure. That's such a niche character that you don't really need to shine the spotlight on immediately out the gate, because I think, given what they have currently in the works with Supergirl and Lanterns, it's like, yeah, no, these are some heavy hitters. Let's get them established before we get to, a lunatic from the, 31st century, 25th century, whatever, from the future, guy from the future who's a rock star or whatever, and like, he thinks of himself as a rock star. Anyway, like, I could take it or leave it. As far as Waller goes, I'm like, well, that's disappointing. But at the same time, I'm just of the mind of like, they're probably trying to figure out what exactly to do with her, because Amanda Waller has such a seasoned history in DC as it is anyway. She's had her fingers in so many pies across the years. It's like they probably went at one point, well, maybe she could, like, if you go by the continuity of what's been presented, if we're taking Suicide Squad and Peacemaker at face value of what's been established, and that's even loose because James Gunn has said as such. She's no longer the head of Argus. We know Rick Flag is going to be the head of Argus. At what exactly do you do with her at this point? I would go the animated, like Justice League animated series route. Have her start Cadmus. That's what I would do. But
not Checkmate.
It's another thing I thought of. Like Checkmate would be the other option.
Checkmate is a great option. Yeah.
I don't know why DC has stayed away from it so much. Sorry, I don't know why they've stayed away from so much in the comics. Like, it must be like, because the New 52 have it. I'm like, I haven't seen Checkmate in like
bottom line sales.
Yeah,
sales.
Spy agency stuff doesn't really do a whole lot. I don't think people really. It doesn't move the DC reader that much. Spy shit.
I'm shocked. Human Target is it still ongoing?
No, it's done. It's because the art and Tom King I didn't even like the book that much, but the art and the writing was interesting enough where you would keep reading it. It's very different, but yeah, I'm not surprised it sold well. Tom King sells. Yeah, unfortunately. And sorry, I actually have a hate relationship with that. Sorry, I'm a Tom King hater.
Apparently, there's like some movement online to get him fired from the Wonder Woman book.
I'm just. I need to stay professional because I do review a lot of this stuff and I do have a good relationship with DC's PR. But Tom King's Wonder Woman series has almost none of her perspective in it. Every bubble, like when you read a comic, you read their thought bubbles. Like
Right.
there's always like them. They're all of them are by of other people talking about Diana. You never get her perspective in his entire run. And then he made her a mother, and then now the girls are babysitting. It's so weird. And then the King of America thing. It was just so convoluted. It was just. I think he's a good writer in some aspects, but he's not a good. I don't think he likes writing Wonder Woman. So that's all I'm gonna say. It just doesn't feel like he doesn't like. It doesn't seem like he enjoys writing her. Kelly Thompson, on the other hand, is fucking killing it on Absolute Wonder Woman. And I would encourage everyone to read that instead, because Absolute Wonder Woman is fucking phenomenal. All right, I'm done.
I read the first issue of that. That was really good. So I'm gonna pick that up in trade paper form. The only one I'm picking up monthly is Absolute Batman because
Batman.
Yeah,
because it's Batman.
Because it's Batman. I guess in Vanessa's case, she's probably really happy. I'm trying to assume, but like, you're probably pretty stoked Tom King is not working on Paradise Lost.
I'm very excited that he's not. I think he's involved enough. I want you're talking about. He's like Christina or whatever. He doesn't. I'm like, I will take anyone besides Tom King. I will literally. I'll take who's the worst. I'll take Tyler Perry. I don't care. That was another hit. Black History Month. Black History Month. I don't care. I will take anybody. I do not like King. And look at Mike. He's gonna yell at me. I will take anybody. It will literally take anybody.
Medea will be one of the main Amazons.
Yes.
Oh my God! Yes.
Was there anything else on TV that I missed?
Booster.
I'm lukewarm on it. Like, let it happen when it happens. It's totally fine. Yeah, I let me look through the notes. I don't think there's anything else, right? There's the animated stuff.
Yeah, which we'll get to right after Des.
I touched on everything. I'm curious to hear Keenan's thoughts on the television stuff, and of course Mike's.
This Tyler Perry.
I'm screaming about Tyler Perry.
No, Medea,
that's like what was it in Zack Snyder when Apollo was saying show him your fear. We have no fear. And I remember Medea like, I've been nothing but the po-po. I'm trying to think of something that Medea will say. Come on, Steppenwolf, come here. I shot Tupac.
Not Steppenwolf. You're ridiculous. Sorry, Keenan.
I didn't say that.
Hello.
I am currently writing my last will and testament. It's over. I'm dead. That was hilarious.
Anyway,
TV,
TV Booster Gold. Honestly, was just looking for it to be like a vehicle for more Jaime Reyes, but we're gonna get Jaime somewhere else, so I'm okay with that. Waller series, again, I figured we were going to get a lot of her in Peacemaker too. I never understood what was going to happen there. It was either, in my mind, going to be a Waller or a Peacemaker 2 or some amalgam of both. So I'm sure we're going to see her in that show. And thank you for reminding me that Daddy Rick Flag Sr. is going to be on that show.
Oh, I'm going to fight you both if you're trying to go for my man, because I saw him first.
Listen.
I watched Prison Break in 2003.
I just finished season 5 of Prison Break. Now that you mention it,
I want to watch the fight.
I'm
That's
so sorry.
all I'm here for, because it's going to be beautiful. Lanterns. I'm excited about Jon Stewart. Give me some Jon Stewart on the screen. I don't really know much about Aaron Pierre, but the internet loves him. And I'm going to watch the show regardless. I'm going to be there, but maybe this is going to get more eyes on the show, bringing some more people into DC and keep it going, because we want all these projects to succeed. So
yes, that's very true. Yes.
I want the projects to succeed. So I'm like, yes, for this Aaron Pierre casting, because the internet loves that man. So I'm very excited about that. But
I do want to see him in a suit. I want to see him in a suit.
Same.
Okay.
They're filming LA right now, so they're in inside locations. So I think that's why we haven't seen anything yet.
That makes sense.
I'm excited. Slow burn it. I'm ready. I just start rolling it out, and I will be there for every morsel. But
early next
Paradise
year, too.
Lost, that's where my hopes and dreams lie for this project. I love the mascara. I love the Amazons. Give me all of the mythology. I want it. And I'm so excited about it. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Same.
Madea, what about you?
Sorry, I took the wig off. Hey y'all. You know how you break characters up? Swing low. Yeah. I would say with the Lantern show, again, I have a very emotional response with this show because again, like Jon Stewart is tied to my childhood. You know, when I was watching it, Justice League Limited watch with my dad looked like Jon Stewart Justice League Limited season 2. You know, bald, you know, OT and everything. He's military man, everything, and stuff. But the way he acts is like that's my father, right? So it's like that character I waited for so long just to see, and which I know I kind of had issues when they announced Aaron Pierre, and just kind of like the backlash from the community, which I understand valid points are brought up, but I felt for this actor who I felt who gave his dedication to the roles that he's been taking, he doesn't deserve that. There's a grander conversation about that issue that does not involve him, but he just the subject matter because it's whatever.
But no one's blaming him. You know, again, we can be like I said this on other streams. Like we can be excited for him to get a big role, but also acknowledge that there is some issues that comes with it, but it's not on him. So you know,
right? No, yeah, but there's other things too, like he's British. Like the whole other thing, conversation of black, African American, British.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike, thanks for bringing that up because I didn't even have the energy.
Yeah, on Krypton, when he was on Krypton, he had his British accent.
But on Rebel Ridge, he plays a Marine. So
there you go.
Right, he plays Marine, but like in Rebel Ridge that was the archetype. You know, everything else terms is Jon Stewart's, you know, charisma. That Aaron Pierre already has that. So I'd like to see how he has that dynamic. But more importantly, just as a Lanterns fan, is I hope that this is just a stepping stone to cinematically, because I just don't want. Like, I understand television and you know how we increase with technology, but sometimes I don't want to see a 200, you know, some like acolyte budget on a show or Andor budget for a show of like for these characters. Like, yeah, great for one season or so, but I want them to have a movie so that we can get the other colors of the rainbow and everything there. I want to see all of it. You know, Sapphire, all it, you know, no atrocities, all it, you know, Red Lanterns, everybody. But I'm happy to see that they're balancing out those dynamics of Lanterns and not just having, we can have a favorite, you know, all of us individually, but like we're giving them the spotlight, even though Guy Gardner's the first one we're seeing in this universe, unfortunately. But it's like, aside from that, like I have hope with this. Peacemaker, I enjoy the show. My wife doesn't like the show. He doesn't even like I should try to catch her on board, you know, before Creature Commando. She's like, man, like, why is he an asshole? Like, he's just stupid. Like, you know, and the show's not like trying to be like funny, stupid. It's just stupid. Like, and you know, also Peacemaker's not for my wife, so it's what it is. But Waller, listen, there is a very interesting position that you could have Viola Davis in the future of this DC universe if you use her correctly. Like, again, the way that Amanda Waller was in the Justice League Limited series and stuff, like even to like the prologue episode, like, come on. Like, there's ways that you can go that, but the Waller show doesn't be like, we don't need season 2 or 3, whatever, but like a limited series of showing just her backstory, knowing who she is and why she is, we know who she is and everything. And it also just terms the influence she has on the entire DC universe. Like, so like other characters that she might be tied to with Argus that will, you know, other villains and other stuff like that, right? Like Deathstroke or something. I don't know. Just, you know, just possibilities. Paradise Lost, again, I have no issue with this. I just want it to be done right and better than Wonder Woman 2. I love the first one. And I feel like I want more Wonder Woman, like just in DC in general, like even in the animated universe we have with Justice League War, we only have one Wonder Woman movie, like, you know, and you had like how many Batmans and how many Damian Wayne solo films, or you know, like, you know what I mean? Now that series made me like Damian Wayne, I will say that, because I wasn't a fan of Damian Wayne, but like show some diversity in terms of your characters. I understand we love Batman, but like give me some Wonder Woman. Give me some like you know, balance it out. You gave me Superman. You gave me a whole death and reign of Superman arc. Where's the Wonder Woman. Come on. So some balance here. It's fair. But yeah, so I think with this show kind of go into other characters like Nubia. Was the black Wonder Woman Nubia?
Nubia?
Yeah,
Right.
I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see her.
Yes.
Here. But yeah, that's just in me. But yeah, but aside from that, I'm good. Booster Gold, I think it might be a cameo for animated because they didn't say anything about the Blue Beetle show.
No, there's things about Blue Beetle.
I'm just saying, like possibilities of appearing to Nat, and then he'll get his own project and stuff like that. Because they're like a dynamic duo, no pun intended. But yes,
I do have one more thing to say about lanterns. I think it would be hilarious if Guy Gardner is not in the movie. Like they see him on a screen, turn off the TV, and roll their eyes and keep going about their story. That would be hilarious, and that's how I want it to be played.
Yes.
Like what if Jon Stewart sees him on the TV and looks at Hal Jordan and goes, "Who's that?" And Jon Stewart goes, "No one gives a shit." Something like that. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. That'd be fun.
For me, I mean, listen, I grew up with Jon Stewart. He's my Green Lantern. So like, I am so ready for this to finally come to fruition. Yes, we see that comic.
I hope they recreate this shot. I will tear.
Never say never. I'm excited for Aaron Pierre. I loved them when I saw him Krypton. So, and Kyle Chandler. I mean, Kyle Chandler is a goat. So I'm like, even if I don't like Hal Jordan, I'm like, I do love Kyle. So like, I will check it out for him. And I like Peacemaker because it's dumb. But yeah, I also want to see Rick Flag do the living shit. Like I love that it's become like an anonymous I like Peacemaker because it's dumb. Waller. Like here's the thing. I think it should be a one season show. But I think what that show needs to do is because right now Amanda Waller is powerless in the DC universe. She has lost her throne, and I think this show needs to get her back to that throne, and then she can go back into the movie. I think we don't need. I don't think we need like 2-3 seasons. I think 1 season is enough, and also we need to see her and her daughter's relationship more, because that was one of the best things from Peacemaker. Paradise Lost. I'm excited. Pilot's being written. I just like if Christina Hudson has to write it, fuck it, fine. But if she messes it up, I'm like, this is 3 strikes out. I'm done. But I do want that show to still happen because I think one, they talk about it very much like as like an HBO like Game of Thrones type of show. So I'm like, there's a lot of good politics you could explore with that. So Booster Gold is like the one I'm most excited for because I love Booster Gold, and that's one I'm like, fuck, that it's taking so long. I'm hoping that. I mean, there's so many good creative teams out there that I think would be good for Booster Gold that I hope they'll figure out soon. And I know one of us, Vanessa, when did you have to go? Just so I'm not keeping.
I can go for another 20 minutes, but I do need
to.
Cool. Starfire. Let's get to animation.
Let's get to animation. So we have 3 new shows coming from DC Studios in animation, and let's start with Vanessa's love, Starfire. Starfire serves the origin for the fan favorite little character, perhaps best known as part of the Teen Titans. The show follows her adventures after she uses an ancient spaceship she discovered on her home planet of Tamaran to escape her home planet and explore the stars. Along the way, you'll meet Spy Speaker Crush, plant-loving Fern, and the magical princess Amethyst of Gem World. The fuck are these characters? And together they will uncover the deepest regions of the DC universe, save space dolphins, serve technicolor nebulas, and boldly soar into the unknown. Josie Campbell from My Instrument is executive producing, and Brianne Drohart is co-executive producing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, my Adventureverse is growing. My Adventures with Green Lantern will follow high school student Jessica Cruz, who has her life upended when, according to an official logline, a Green Lantern power ring falls from the sky and chooses Cruz to be its champion. Things gets even worse when more debris from the Lantern's ancient space war arrives along with her alien foes. Jake White, what's up, my buddy? From My Instrument is executive producing, and Stephanie Gonzaga is a co-executive producer. I'm also going to read a tweet from Jake Y, who has confirmed that this show will take place in the same timeline as My Adventure with Superman.
I knew it! Fun!
stoked to expand, explore that universe with my buddy, and they said also we're gonna bring as much of the Superman design team to Leonard as we can, and finally we have superpowers. DC Superpowers takes place at Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on new students. Vanessa, get ready because it's a Black Lightning fan favorite here. Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra, who level up their powers under the supervision of Principal Martian Manhunter in the hopes of one day graduating and becoming the next generation of Earth's defenders. Matt Bean's executive producer and Michael Chang is a supervising producer. And then I want to get to two more projects. Blue Beetle the animated series is getting to a place. Is getting to a place, and they're going to present for. Going to present for a green light really soon. It follows on the events of that movie. So guys, please go check out Blue Beetle on Max or where the fuck it's streaming at, because I feel like all these things are moving streaming places all the time. So just watch it and get ready for Blue Beetle because Jaime Reyes is coming home. And finally, we also have, because we're gonna have theatrical animated movies, Dynamic Duo. Peter Safran said this, and I quote, "We're also in pre-production on Dynamic Duo, which is a coming-of-age crowd pleaser. We're producing with our partners at Sway Box Studios and Warner Pictures Animation. It is written by the wonderfully talented Matt Aldridge, who has Coco fame. The animated tale of two Robins really provided a perfect on-ramp for the family audiences into the world of Gotham." And then, of course, anytime a DC party is announced, there's always a question, DCU or not DCU? And James Gunn said this: "The reason I have an answer to this because there might be a way it might fit into the DCU. I would love for this animated puppet movie to be part of the DCU. That's really appealing to me, but the story is unique, so it may not work within our universe." And yeah, that's basically it for the animation stuff. Vanessa, talk.
Starfire is my favorite. I love Starfire. I have Starfire. This is one of my Starfires on my art right here. We got the new Teen Titans, baby. Yes, yes, yes. I'm obsessed.
That's George
with,
Perez, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's what yeah.
One of my favorite panels is like, God, George Perez art is everything. Wonder Woman and New Teen Titans, he was killed on. Anyway, R.I.P. to the legend. I'm so excited for this fucking show. Crush is Lobo's daughter, for Annie who did not know who these characters are. Crush is Lobo's daughter, Xiomara Rojas, who's a newer character that was created like in the last 5 years. So she's not like huge, or like she was a part of the Teen Titans with Starfire as leader when Damian was a part of it and during DC Rebirth. Fern, I don't remember. I don't know. Princess Amethyst of Gemworld is one of the oldest characters in DC Universe, and she's had different iterations of herself. But I'm really excited to see this. This is a fun like assortment of characters. Space Dolphins makes sense because Lobo's daughter. Like Josie Campbell is also a comic book writer. She handled Fire and Ice and done a couple of other stuff. So she's got a good handle on like a lot of the core characters that DC has come out with, especially female characters. I'm excited for Starfire because she's a fan. I mean, to me, she's one of the big female superheroes of DC. Like there's Wonder Woman, there's obviously the Batgirl, but there's Starfire. To me, Starfire is one of the big, she's a big dog. Like I'm fucking pumped. One thing I'm concerned about though is her design. I'm really worried about what her design's gonna look like. This sounds like it's gonna be more of a younger show, so I'm worried it's gonna look like the Teen Titans design that I cannot stand, and I really hope. I really fucking hope that her design looks a little bit more. I know they're not going to do the George Perez vibe because no one. Apparently, animators are befuddled by curly hair, but I would like her to look more like the Starfire in the comics versus the Starfire in the Teen Titans show, or like Justice League, the animated series or the animated movies. That was it. Tomorrow, no, those Teen Titans version.
You're right.
Yeah, Keith Contract. That version of her was real hot, looking good. I want her to be taller than most men. Like she's a tall ass woman.
Yep.
We all don't know if she's a woman or a girl in this. We don't know how young she is. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this, like a lot, like a really, really a lot. My Avengers with Green Lantern. Jessica Cruz is one of my favorite Green Lanterns. Her and Joe Mullane and Kyle Rayner, Jon Stewart, those are like the Green Lanterns for me. I love her because of her anxiety in the comics. I have anxiety, and I'm excited to see this version of her. She's also Latina, so like I am too. Very excited to see this version. My Adventures verse is so good that I cannot imagine this is going to be bad. I'm very excited that they chose Jessica for this too. DC Superpowers.
Meh.
I'm
Probably
excited about
not,
the
it's
concept
probably
of
not for
Martian Manhunter. I think that's interesting. I don't know if the ages. Like, I'm excited about Lightning. I love that. Like any Black Lightning character getting like any character that's small. Aquagirl too. If it's Lorena Marquez, Tara. Like these characters are smaller, and I'm excited that they're getting more. Like James Gunn seems to be doing the thing he does where he elevates smaller characters, and I am fucking loving that. I'm not that excited about this show in particular, but I'll watch it. I'll check it out.
It's probably for a younger audience. Probably for the younger.
Equivalent to I Am Groot from Disney Plus. It's equivalent to that.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is
like,
fine. That's not everything has to be
fine.
for us. Not everything has to be for me. Yeah, like I'll check it out because I'll check it out. But even when I was watching The Brave and the Bold like on Max, I was like, I don't think this is for me. Like this is it's very juvenile, but it's fun to watch. But it's like younger. Blue Beetle, I'll watch it. I'm excited about it. Dynamic Duo is about the Jason and the Dick, right?
Jason and Dick.
Yeah.
Dick and
what am I
Dick.
doing here? What is happening?
Summoning Pennywise.
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do
Pennywise.
It's because she's a Mac. That's why Streamer and Mac seems to have some connection. Where, like, yeah, because this happens to a friend of ours on the vodka stream, where like when he like starts to
PCs, damn.
Yeah, it's an Apple thing.
Oh, there it is. So yeah, a Dynamic Duo I'll watch. I don't care. I don't have any thoughts about it. But yeah, that's it for me.
Lip.
I'm very curious to see what Dynamic Duo looks like. That animated movie sounds really cool. I saw like a test mock-up of a piece they did from Iron Giant. They recreated one of the scenes from Iron Giant in the Swaybox Studios type of animation. And if Dynamic Duo looks anything like that, they already have my attention. Starfire is great. I'm with Vanessa. I love Starfire. She's one of my favorite female characters in the DC canon. I am a huge fan of I'm a Dick Corey guy. I like that relationship a lot. A lot of people a lot of people like, Dick and Babs, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Sure, fine, whatever.
I knew this man had taste. Yeah.
But hey, like I grew up watching that goofy Teen Titans show, and I was like, well, Robin and Starfire, like that's just that's what I'm used to. And on top of that, Bruce Timm kind of maybe screwed the pooch with the whole Barbara Batgirl thing. Anyway, let's just not get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm 100% with Andy. I'm a Blue Beetle stan. I love that movie. I love a lot of that movie. I think it's honestly the best DC movie of 2023. That bar is not very high also. But hey, great fucking movie. Really great movie. And I'm excited to see Joel Maradona take on the role again and get his due and be brought into the DCU proper, even if it's an animated show. I know a lot of people kind of stick their nose up at animation, but I'm like, I'm sorry, Creature Command was knocked out of the fucking park in December. I don't know what if they get Bobby Pills to do the animation on that, I'll be happy.
Ooh,
I would love that. I would really love that. Superpowers. I was like, y'all remember that show Powerless?
Yeah.
Kind of
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Alan Tudyk, of course. Like,
Yeah.
it gave me kind of Powerless vibes, but at the same time, it's like, oh well, at least they're actually using DC characters, so that'll be cool. What was the other? Was there
Green Lantern?
That's gonna be cool. I'm a big fan of My Adventures with Superman, and to see an extension of that world come in the way of Green Lantern and have it be Jessica Cruz. It's like what better way to open up that universe, right? And I think with having Supergirl established, God, fucking damn dogs, it's gonna be like it's gonna be cool to see a character struggle with being a hero when you have another female character like Supergirl who's presently new and has just gone through a very traumatic experience with what happened with Brainiac, and now she has to integrate into society. I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna have like Supergirl and Jessica Cruz kind of like meet up and be like, oh well, we're kind of the same, and maybe they might become friends. I don't know, like just the concept of doing a Green Lantern show in the My Adventures of Superman world in that animation style is just dope shit to me. I will watch the fuck out of this. Like I love My Adventures of Superman. It's the same creative team. I'm there day one. I will watch the fuck out of this show for sure.
Keenan.
I Pretty much all same. My Adventures with Green Lantern, give it to me. I love My Adventures with Superman. I love it. Do you hear me? I'm obsessed with that show. It's so good. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be the same thing, but Jessica Cruz, let's do it. Let's do it. Starfire looks very fun. Superpowers is giving me like Super Friends vibes. So I'm like, it's probably gonna be for the younger ones, but you got to get them in somewhere. Blue Beetle, yes, I'll be there for it. I love that movie. I'm obsessed with that movie too, and I will rewatch it a million times if it means I'm going to get this cartoon sooner.
Okay, everyone's
Dynamic
giving
Duo?
right answers so far. Everyone's giving right answers so far about Blue Beetle, so it's good.
Yes, no, I loved Blue Beetle. And Dynamic Duo, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say I'm excited one way or the other, but I'm going to watch it.
We'll watch it. Yeah, some things just like I'll watch it.
Jedi Medea.
Yeah.
Should have never done that impression.
Nope.
Right. You know, I'm sorry. I do really good with characters. You know, I with the dynamic duo, to me, listen, this is another area that's very protective to my childhood. Where it's like whenever I see Robin's, Dick, Jason, Tim, and even Damien, even though he grew on me, it took me about 5 years to get to it. But hey, you know,
was I the only one who's just been a fan of Damien since he was created?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like him now. I did not like him in the beginning. Yeah, I think most
that
people.
seems to be.
Yeah, the animated series or show, not show, films, whatever they maybe grew to like Damien. But to me, it's like those Robins and their relationship with each other as brothers. Like even though like coming from only child, they're all orphans, you know. So it's like, you know, it's something that to me is like I think it's fascinating. That's a like aspect of Batman's lore that we just have not even even scratch at. I mean, yes, in the show Titans, I get it, but like cinematically, this gonna be theatrical. Like, I mean, I'm wondering how you're gonna get like a Pixar level feel to this in terms of the themes. Like, yes, kids can watch this, but it's also themes for adults too. Like, you know, having like, you know, messaging and and stuff like that. Like in a film that they can go back to, but this is with DC characters, right? Marvel, though, was only closest with that was Spider-Verse. Like that's the only closest they ever got to doing that. So I feel the same thing should go for DC in terms of theatrically, right? My adventures with Green Lantern, I thought the concept, like when they say that, I'm like, oh, then that means like, hey, this show's good. Like, what's else? My adventures, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow. I don't know.
Yes.
Like, you know, like that's like my adventure with Black Canary or something. You know, like or so like I don't know. Like I just think that's like that'd be the concept is fascinating and it can't get old. You just like you can pick some different characters, you know, stuff like that, right? Now they say it's not in the same continuity as My Adventures with Superman, or is it?
No, it
is. It is.
Okay, all right. Okay, I just want to make sure I know how multiverse stuff kind of played out. All right, okay. But yeah, so good. I like it because I love Adventures with Superman, and that Supergirl arc in season 2 was great. It's fire. Even though Brainiac could have been better, but his design, by the way. But Starfire, yes, childhood Titans. Now I disagree with her look, though. I mean, it's just her air. It was the era, you know, like all of us was in that phase of Teen Titans. I know my beard now. I look younger, so it's like I get it, but like it's tied to our childhood. Those designs, those characters, like you know, and if this is not in canon with DC,
we don't know.
Right. Don't know. Yeah.
But if it is, let's just say hypothetically, let's say is, I would love to see that, you know, you at least get that backstory of her. It's a way that the fact when she's in, you know, when you see Titans, and if you already saw Creature Commandos, like they have a vision for her, some form or another, in terms of how they're moving forward with her, which I love that because it's intentionality of how you're putting these characters. And she looks accurate, like at least the grown-up version of her. So I don't know what this is gonna be, whatever. So I think, you know, Vanessa, you'll be all right. So yeah. But I would just like to see that. Even like if her sister's Blackfire in there, like come on.
You're right.
You know,
Blackfire. Yeah.
Yeah, like that dynamic there would be awesome. That's all. Blue Beetle, yes. Love the film. I think like Miss Marvel, just came out in the wrong time and the worst time possible. And I thought it was a great character, and unfortunately could have been wasted. But luckily, I love that James had a vision. Like, no, we're keeping him. And he grabbed his toys. He took Jason Momoa and Jello. Like, yeah, you come on the bus. We're going. So everyone else, for your fire, you're gone. Sorry. But luckily, I love the fact that that was a great film because it had hearts. Like, imagine like just a universe cinematically, and look just from the trailer from Superman, like the tone of Blue Beetle to me is what should be the DC universe, family, the relationships, and all that stuff like that. We can get into terms of like the lore of DC and everything, like Blue Beetle on it, once they give more money, obviously because movies. But I love that the heart there. Continue that theme. That's what we've been waiting for DC. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I love the intentionality of all of this, though. But yes, give me more.
I'll go for mine quickly. Dynamic Duo, I need to see animated because I have never followed this studio. I've never seen what they've done before, but I'm excited for theatrical animated DC films again. So, if it is part of the DCU, I think that's a big bonus. But if it doesn't have to be, it's okay, because we know we're gonna get the Bat Family and Brave and the Bold in one way or the other. Starfire, that's gonna be. Listen, I love that whole creative team over at My Little Superman. So Josie, Jake, they know what the fuck they're doing. I'm ready for it. As someone who was so excited to meet Jessica Cruz in the original Green Lantern TV show that Greg Brandon was doing, I'm happy she's getting a new chance. I wouldn't be shocked if there might be a little backdoor pilot in season 3 of Superman, season 3. So there's a little setup, and. Starfire, I mean, listen, who doesn't love Starfire? So I am ready for it. No matter however they drew her, whatever costume she wears, like, just don't give it a New 52 look, because that was not.
Oh my god,
that was not much.
I liked it.
Superpowers. Like, I think it's for the kids. It's like, give them something. So I'm happy for them. Blue Beetle. I'm happy it's happening, and I cannot wait to see the animation style. Like, even if it is Creature Commander animation style, or because I know Joel is a huge anime fan. Like, it would be fascinating to see kind of that level, because. Listen, Blue Beetle's mythology is one of the coolest ones in all of DC. So I'm excited for it. And lastly, I'm gonna wrap this up really quickly. This happened. They talked about this. There was nothing. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing to the internet, and this was just two good old friends hanging out, talking. No, he did not see a rough cut of Superman. No, he is not doing anything with the DCU. They just knew what they were going to do to the online world. And then lastly, Crypto is getting four. Listen, I love drama. 4 seasonal shorts with Crypto. This version we're going to see in Superman starting this fall, and James Gunn has paid me and rewatch him over and over again, and I can't wait to see that cute little creature running around, whatever he's going to be doing. Quick thoughts before we wrap it up, because I know some of us have to go. Vanessa, thoughts on?
You guys do have to wrap it up. For me, I can always hop off.
No. No, because Supergirl Radio is going live shortly, so we have to. We actually have to wrap it up.
Okay. Yeah. The picture of James, and when I saw that, I was like, break the internet. But I also was like, it reminds me of, like, I don't know if anyone watches Severance, but like John Noble.
I need to start that.
Like, these are just gay dads. But it just reminded me of the Severance scene. I don't know why. It was just hilarious. I'm like, look at them. They're along. They're fine. Crypto, excited for Crypto content. I cannot wait to give all Crypto toys to all of my nieces and nephews that are all under 3 years old, because that's all that matters to me this year. Anyway, you guys go ahead.
Lip.
I didn't realize James Gunn was like just a smidge taller than me, because I've met Zack Snyder, and like I shook the man's hand, took a picture with him. Like he was a lot shorter than I expected, and so seeing that picture really puts into perspective how tall James Gunn is. And I literally just Googled. I was like, how tall is James Gunn? Apparently he's 6 foot, and I was like, oh, he's like an inch or two taller than me. Okay, cool. As far as them doing the thing, I was like, oh yeah, friends do that. It's what friends do. Really not that deep. I mean, I know a lot of people probably want him to come and work under DC. At least the sane fans do, not the cultists. But, you just now noticed that?
No, I mean I saw at the beginning, but I'm kind of like, but he's done it before, so like I was waiting to see if one of them, if the other three would notice.
It's hilarious irony, is what it is. Because
Yeah.
I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. I when I saw that picture, I was just like, oh, that's great, because it's literally just going to send people in his fits, and I love that. I didn't really read too much into that picture. I was like, did he see a rough cut? No, probably not. He probably saw some footage, but I doubt he saw like a whole cut of the movie. No, if I have had to venture a guess, maybe he saw like a recent cut of the trailer. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe. I don't know. I don't want to make too many assumptions.
And he's gonna go lie about it on social media.
Sure, because that's what they both do. They both lie on social media, apparently. Anyway, more crypto. I'm with Vanessa in that, because I have a 5-year-old nephew who I showed him the trailer. He was like, wow, Superman's awesome. And when crypto popped up, I was like, there it is. Okay, he gets a crypto plushie for Christmas this year and his birthday, because his birthday is November and Christmas is in December. So it's like, oh, 1-2 punch. He gets a crypto fucking plushie in November, and then maybe in December I'll buy him the Superman movie. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, cool beans. I like seeing collaborator friends do the friend thing. It's always heartwarming, and no one should read too deeply into it.
Keenan, any thoughts on the James Zack thing and the crypto shorts?
I think it was hilarious. Like, they knew what they were doing, and I love that for them. I was like, do you get those cackles in? Crypto, as someone who notoriously does not care about dogs, I think that Crypto is adorable. And I will definitely be watching all the little Crypto things. Yes.
And Mike, I remember your name now.
So no, regarding the picture, I mean, I hadn't made no comment about it until recently when someone asked me about it. But like when I saw the picture, I just smiled, because it was happy. It made me happy just to know that these creators these visionaries, and both respected in their own right, who also have a relationship outside of social media and this whole thing, understand what the hell's going on, and it's a shame, but also it lightens it that it's a shame the fact that their names are used in so much discourse online when these people in real life are actually, friends and have a long history before they even attach to Superman for both of them. Right.
Mhm.
And I just like the fact that, see, now, of course, this picture would even not still shut people up about it. If anything, this will cause any more questions to people to speculate. But for me, I'm just happy and have at this point anything that comes out of this, any reactors or any people who are trying to hate on this movie, instead of just judging it when the film comes out and they say if you like it or not, and you have the right to. But this kind of just put a rest to like, hey, your discourse about Zack Snyder being taken, being taken by this way, and James view his movie this way, trashing it and blah blah blah, with all that stuff that's not true. It's like these guys are friends and are supporting each other, and as he's making his projects, the others making their own, and they're both supporting each other. But that to me, that picture just made me smile. Just like, I'm happy they're not letting this get to them, and they actually we're gonna play you guys. So I'm waiting for Henry and David to take a picture or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That day. I love when friends are friends and they can hang out with each other and just have a good time. Not everything has to be business. But of course, Twitter is the way it is. I'm glad they were kind of like just open, like, yeah, we knew what the fuck we were doing. Like, of course we did. Crypto shores, this is to sum up everything, like, there is going to be something for everyone in DC, for every demographic, like Lip's nephew, Vanessa's daughter, they're going to have stuff that they can watch that is suitable for them. We're going to have content that is suitable or not suitable for us, but we don't care because we're adults. We can do what the fuck we want. So I'm excited about that. And so with crypto shorts, listen, that dog is gonna crush it in the marketing. So whether it's Funkos, plush toys, whatever it is, people tune in for the puppy bowl because a lot of people were expecting a crypto preview, and we sort of got it. And then Guy Garner happened. But overall, I love that we got all these updates. Again, this was a random ass Friday to just do an event at. But do I like when these two dudes talk? Yes, I do, because we get to have information to discuss. So thank you everyone who tuned in and joined us for all. Again, we're gonna have a busy year here on these Studios podcast. So Vanessa, where you at on social media and your projects?
You can find me at Vanessa Shark on Blue Sky, Instagram, and things of that nature, vanessashark.com. And I've also got reviews and things, all that on multiverseofcolor.com. Yeah.
Lip.
Yeah.
Oh, me. My bad.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to follow me and my meanderings, you can follow me on Vero, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. Fuck Twitter. I'm not there. Just at Unfiltered. You can read my stuff at Multiverse of Color as well. I am staff writer because I love that title. You guys can listen to my podcast, even though it hasn't had a new episode in almost 2 months because, well, my co-host is MIA and he's dealing with some shit. So I honestly don't know when the Eternal Night will come back. It'll come back when it comes back. Not really sure when or how, but it will eventually. You can catch me on Friday on my YouTube channel, Friday Unfiltered, but the show is called Friday Film.
No. His ad is also, by the way, for every for us who have YouTube channel, like, if you click on our ads in our YouTube description, you can get to our director channel so you can catch us. Keenan, where are you at on social media and your other projects?
You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Keeks on Camera, and you can listen to the latest episode of the Rewind podcast on all the podcast places and the Multiverse of Color.
And Jedi Mike, the Medea impersonator, where can we find you on social media and your other projects?
You can find me out of jail. You can also find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that at Jedi Mike 7. I got more videos coming, coverage, interviews I'll be posting this week, as well as video essays I'm still editing and stuff. And also you can see some of my written stuff at multiverseofcolor.com. And also you see me back here at the Harley Quinn podcast and stuff. So yeah, we'll be doing that with familiar faces. And so thank you. You can follow me here at Jedi Mike 7 right here.
And you can find me at Anabite on all social media because I hate myself. That's why I'm still on Twitter. I'm a senior writer and interviewer for Screener.com. You can check out my newest interview with Lex Scott Davis of Suits LA, as it's now premiered on NBC.
Ooh.
And
I'm sorry. I saw
everyone,
the show. It sucks. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. No, come on. Everyone behave. Everyone behave. You can also find all my news coverage there at onscreener.com. I'm also the editor-in-chief of multiversecolor.com. But as you can see, I have one of the best teams in the entertainment industry, with these guys and, Lady Genevieve, Shane Saw, so many of our members on Multiverse of Color. So check it out for all the latest in pop culture from various points of views. Showrunner Whisper will be back this year. I'm starting to editing some of the other episodes and recording some more interviews. And the fuck do I else do? I don't know. Something.
We're on the vodka stream on Fridays from time to time.
We're on the vodka stream on Fridays, so I'm sure this Friday's discussion will be very, very fun. But everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for our live stream. We'll be back hopefully soon with more of these Studios podcasts. Again, this gang. The trio, Mike, Keeks, and Vanessa will be back with Harley Quinn podcast on Thursdays, and then we'll see what comes after that. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. All this where you can find us on social media, on the podcast, and Multiverse of Color stuff is in the description below. And this episode will become available on audio later this week. So until next time, have a good one.